I'm Tom Nickel, and I'd like to welcome you to this Pecha Kucha style presentation. 20 slides and 20 seconds per slide. I'm hoping it'll be a quick and efficient way to start sharing my thoughts on the new media strategies for Cambodia Living Arts. I've immersed myself in arts, culture, and high-tech in Phnom Penh. I joined groups. I was an active participant, and I've met people from different communities who have informed what I'd like to share with you. But first, I'd like to tell a quick story set a long way from Southeast Asia. It's a story about one of the oldest global businesses about 200 years ago, harvesting ice from New England lakes and ponds and sending it everywhere. They were innovators in insulation technologies, and when electricity became available, they developed cooling systems for their warehouses. But they never imagined home refrigerators, and they all went bankrupt in the early 20th century. They thought they were in the ice delivery business. Really, they were in the keeping stuff cold business. How CLA thinks about itself is important. And the About Us on the website emphasizes evolution and growth. But that's not necessarily how other people see you. I know the nightly show isn't exactly everything CLA does, but it's a good starting place. So I scanned hundreds of TripAdvisor reviews and discussed the National Museum show after the performance with other audience members a bunch of times now, and it feels to me like CLA is actually in the inspiring edutainment business. All businesses grow by replicating something essential about themselves. Ice companies never saw that meant refrigerators. For an inspiring entertainment business rooted in live performance, scaling up means producing media versions that retain the essence of who you are. That's not easy. I've been advocating 360-degree VR-style video for CLA because I believe the presence and the intimate feeling that the medium can convey is well suited for CLA. And because I believe the newness factor can help a small independent organization gain attention and grow their audience. But I also know that no medium, no single media product can have much value for CLA outside of a larger media plan. Growing into the role of original content producer means building savvy and capacity internally, and then leveraging existing networks and also creating new ones that we can't even imagine right now. I see some of CLA's main assets as its leadership, its performers, its performance capability. Plus, it has a high level of credibility among a worldwide community. That might make it easier to access large networks and also tap into endless supplies of artistic talent. I think it'll be pretty easy to generate good, original content, like producing great material just from recording the Khmer Magic Music Bus. That's the easy part. What you do with that content is the tricky part, beyond randomly posting it on Facebook. How do you use great content to grow an audience and develop new revenue streams and stay true to who you are? Digital content needs to be packaged, sometimes even arranged into tiers for merchandising, like you do for your live performances now. So let's imagine a format like an artist interview show. One artist featured per week, drawn from something about art and culture in Cambodia today. How could something like that get done and also support those About Us goals? The interview format is the simplest and most efficient way to create really good content. Fresh Air, one of the most popular radio shows and podcasts in America, is exclusively interviews with artists. With that foundation, other segments can be sprinkled in. But an interview with an artist can't be just an interview in today's media environment. It needs to be a live radio show, and then a podcast, with a 360 video version and an artist profile published on Medium, plus online course modules, and candid pics and videos on special pages and channels, all from the same interview. I've been talking to Arn and Ploon for almost a year about 360 video and VR, a field where most of the discussion now is about units shipped and market share, not about art and culture and ethical behavior. But this is a shaping time. CLA can bring human values that need to be present now through artists and their art. Right now, VR is schizophrenic. It has a low-cost end that's all about easy access and mobility, but it doesn't look as good. And it's got a high-cost side that lets people be social, and it's where the art is happening. But you're tied to a big computer. They're both trying to get more like each other. Cambodian Living Arts can make a difference on both sides. Through the large platforms that are already in place for 360 video on the mobile side, and by making Cambodian art and culture a destination in social VR at the high end, with special spaces and galleries. Doing this will be newsworthy. Lots of VR and other e-news sources will do the publicity work. Earned media, they call it, because it's a great story. It'll make CLA just the type of scrappy little independent people like to follow and feel a part of, because you're actually doing it. People want to support and be associated with a rising star. And a way to be that star in new media right now is to bring authentic art and culture to the digital world in new ways that inspire people and make them want to share it and tell other people about it. CLA is well suited for this. This is the job CLA has taken on. Lead innovation today, preparing for tomorrow. Support will come as subscriptions, Patreon-style funding. Establishing and using metrics of social benefit will attract even larger budget forms of sponsorship. Thank you.